Cha! Welcome to the show. Sorry for being a little bit late, but my son managed to misplace the remote control. And so without the television, I wouldn't have been able to pacify my wife, which is a requirement if I'm going to stream. Right, so let me just set this up. I'm fascinated by the power of dual monitors now. I have a good monitor and a broken monitor. And so I noticed that I can actually use this for streaming. I'm still figuring it out exactly how it works and what I need to do. But I'm getting there. It's kind of interesting. Like the way you move the mouse and it moves from one monitor to another, it's still mind-blowing. It's very advanced technology. Apparently, I'm getting an error. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What the heck is this about? Is it from my end or is it from YouTube's end? I think it's YouTube's end because like my connection is pretty good, so it shouldn't have any problems. But if you guys say it's smooth, then maybe it's just something that YouTube is throwing as an error, even though it shouldn't. Anyway, let me say hello to some of the people in the chat. We got Sultan Alpha Him. We got Doug 209 Hurt Chain. Haven't seen Hurt Chain in a while. When is Halloween, by the way? It's this October, right? I don't know, like, Romania doesn't really have Halloween. I know the church is perking out every single time we have it. But there was an event which caused the church to shut the fuck up. Basically, and by the way, like, this was a huge mismanagement from the Orthodox clergy. But there was, like, this event where, in a nightclub, there was an accident. Like, they had fireworks inside. And so there was an accident and it caught fire. And a lot of young people died because it was like a rock band that was singing. And it was like a blazing inferno. Really nasty shit, you know? Like dying by burning alive is a nasty way to go. And there were like people being dragged out, you know, like charred corpses and stuff. And that was on national television. Like everyone saw it. Everyone was horrified. And then the church comes out and it's like, this is what you get for celebrating Halloween! If you had been inside and prayed to Jesus, you wouldn't have burned in the inferno! That did a little bit of damage to the church's PR, you know? Like, we're a Christian nation. Almost every single Romanian is some level of Christian. Like, even if they're not practicing, they're still, like, God-fearing. And apparently, like, that type of stepping out and that type of message from the church wasn't very palatable, right? And so ever since that happened, they shut the fuck up with Halloween. Like, after that, it was like, okay, enough. Probably, like, someone railed in all of the priests and they were like, look, we're not winning this. Just drop it. The thing is, like, Halloween is an American holiday. It's actually not even an American holiday. It's an Irish holiday, from my understanding, right? So, like, when Ireland moved to America, like, with the colonists and stuff, they imported their tradition there. And from there, they popularized it. And through Hollywood, it started spreading across the nation. And so, like, you guys have the trick-or-treat thing. But because of the internet, it's now becoming popular here. Although, like, we don't do the trick-or-treat here thing. We do have, like, the house decorations for Halloween. They look kind of cool. And we also have the Halloween parties, right? So, like, at universities, at high schools, in some places, like, people gather and they do makeup and stuff. And they do Halloween parties. But we don't have the trick-or-treating. Anyway, there is, like, a celebration in the United States, which I think is more important than Halloween now. Which is celebrating the Karens. The Karens are the pillar of what makes America great. Like, they are the ones that keep it all together. And every single Halloween, they're bitching about Halloween, right? Usually, they're the journalists, the content creators, And they used to bitch about stuff like how you dress your dog on Halloween and if it's allowed or not, right? Make sure that your costume is not a microaggression or you're going to be kicked out of the campus. And the thing is, like, recently, the left has been defeated culturally. Like, the left just doesn't exist in the cultural space right now. And I was like, oh, God, like, I'm going to miss the celebration. You know, like, my favorite pastime, reading all the articles, seeing the carrots perking up. But that's okay, because the Daily Wire decided to move in. And they decided to cash in on the demand for hysteria and like, the huge demand for the mental asylum, and the Daily Wire said it's okay, we can provide it. And so you may be wondering, like, what the fuck am I talking about? You know, like, V, what are you on about? What is the Daily Wire doing? Well, they're tapping into the Puritan hysteria, right? So as you can see here, let me just get myself out of the way. And I think this is the one, hold on, which is the guy from the Daily Wire? Cabot Phillips, right, Cabot Phillips. And he's responding to this video, which is called, as you can see, the most scary Halloween decoration, right? Which, when you look at it, like, what do you expect to see? Well, I expect to see, like, the most scary Halloween decoration, right? Like, out of the entire fucking planet, this is the most scary. And so let's see if it's genuinely scary or not, right? Let's see if we get spooked. Right, now you may not hear it because the audio isn't good, but it's doing like an electric fence style noise. That's a good question though. Like, why don't we hear it? Oh, this is why we don't hear it. Hold on. Now I think we may hear it. Right? I mean, are we going to pretend we're mentally retarded and we're not aware that The Walking Dead is a cultural thing, that almost everyone has seen The Walking Dead or World War Z, or, you know, like, zombies are a thing? Or are we going to pretend we're back in the medieval ages and this is like, oh my goodness, this is demonic! Oh, demonic necromancy! Oh, necromancers in my neighborhood! Oh, the Roman Empire is collapsing again! What you're doing is affecting me! I'm affected! You know, like, is this like the yes, this is the energy we're channeling here. And it's not scary, is it? I am willing to bet that kids these days aren't scared by this shit. Again, like, it's impossible that they didn't grow up with The Walking Dead. They didn't see their daddy, you know, watching the adventures of Carl, right? It's like they probably play video games that have stuff more scary. But not to mention, like, it's Halloween. Like, getting scared is the literal point. But here we have, right, like, this guy from the Daily Wire. Like, as you can see, he is the editor, right, at Daily Wire. People who put up Halloween decorations like this should ruthlessly, right? He's doing a Maxine Waters impression. Ruthlessly be shamed by their neighbors, right? So, like, you need to have a neighbor going like, shame on you for putting that Halloween decoration, young man. This is unacceptable in America. Like, this is one nation under God, young man. What are you doing? Right? Like, this is this is normal and healthy. Anyone who enjoys subjecting little kids, oh, the little kids are in the picture, right? Like, the little kids instantly dramatize everything you do, you know? You think you're having fun. You think you're, like, trying to have a good Halloween. The little kids are here, you know? But best pack up and make sure that everyone is squeaky clean. Little kids, the stuff is demented. Unfit for civilized society. Holy shit. Look at this. Our quiet little suburban neighborhood has half-dead zombies babies, decaying corpses strung from a noose, witches performing occult rituals, etc. It's borderline child abuse to subject the little kids to this filth. The level he is describing it sounds like it's the neighborhood from hell. Like, holy shit, like, what is that? It's like the Halloween neighborhood? Huh? American Outlier. Well, please stay. Don't just stay high. Like, thank you for the donation, but, like, this is important. We're talking about Halloween. I need your input, like, as an American historian, right? This is from the Daily Wire. Like, if you're missing leftist moral panic, oh, now we got right-wing moral panic. Look at this shit, right? Like, this is the most scary Halloween decoration we've seen. And it looks like this. And now right-wingers, Puritans on Twitter are calling it demonic, right? Like, it's El Demonio. Oh. And as you can see, right, it's about the children. Oh, like, the entire planet, the entire human Earth needs to be infantilized, because, like, well, what if a child sees it? I mean, you know, you can't have a child getting spooked on Halloween, of all places, right? Halloween is meant entirely for the enjoyment of kids. By the way, this is not true, but I love how they can just decree it. You know, you can just claim, oh, it's made for children, and therefore, haha, I am here to censor your fucking ass. I'm going to censor you, you little bitch. You think you can put whatever you want in your front lawn? No, you don't have my approval. I am a God-fearing Christian, and I am here to censor. You know, like, by the way, is this what Jesus was doing? Because, like, I haven't read the Bible, but I understand that Christians are emulating Jesus, right? So, based on their behavior, I understand that in the Bible, like, Jesus was going from sculptor to sculptor, from artist to artist, and just spurging out at their work. You know, like, the entire Bible is Jesus just going around and spurging out at people's hobbies. Like in the Roman Empire, like knocking on people's doors. It's like, are you the one responsible for the statue, young man? We as a society cannot, right? Like, is this what Jesus was doing? Because, like, based on Twitter, this is what I'm getting. Like, he was just walking around door to door, being very upset. Because, like, people were having various hobbies and activities that Jesus didn't like. And eventually what Jesus does is he starts supporting one of the Roman emperors. And once the Roman emperor gets into power, Jesus passes censorship laws, right? Like, isn't this like what Christianity is about? Emulating Jesus means sacrificing for others. Well, unless he gets fired from the Daily Wire, I don't see any sacrifice being done here. I see him getting a big boner, rallying up random freaks that are just high on authoritarianism, in order to start harassing random people that put Halloween decorations. Jesus did flip the merchant tables, yes, but, like, apparently his problem wasn't with the hobby, it was, and it wasn't even with the commercial aspect, right? It was with the ambiance. It was basically not in the temple, right? Like, don't do it in the temple, do it somewhere else. Like, you can have economic transactions happening outside the temple. That's what I got from what Jesus did. But anyway, right, so Halloween is meant entirely for the enjoyment of kids. If you're an adult and want to celebrate with gore and demonic imagery, go to a haunted house or watch a scary movie. By the way, we see the M-dash here. The M-dash is actually indicative for AI. Now, I will give you this. Most people will say, well, hold on a little bit, V. M-dash doesn't necessarily mean AI. Sure, it doesn't, but, like, most writers are aware of it, and usually people now avoid it like the plague. The reason M-dash is actually a good indicative of AI is because you don't have it on your keyboard. Now, again, it's not impossible to put it in, but, like, most people don't use it on Twitter. Like, did you notice that before ChatGPT, no one used the M-dash? I'm just saying, you know, like, if I see it, I'm already probatio et diabolicas is where you're summoning the infernal devil here. I will assume you are using AI until proven otherwise. Adonis Adams with the pentagram. Holy shit, did the Christians know you have it? How do you develop accurate prediction about trends, media, politics, and culture? What's your process for spotting patterns before others do? Knowing history. Literally, that's it. Most of the stuff just repeats itself. And so, like, if you look at history, what happened before Bill Clinton is happening now. Literally, like, the same arguments, the same talking points, the same shit. And what's going to happen later is probably you're going to get another Bill Clinton. And after Bill Clinton, you're going to get a George Bush. Right? Like, there's no... Unless, of course, like, something happens, you know, like, if you have a pandemic, if you have World War III, if you have a civil war going on, okay, maybe that can just flip me off my senses. But, anyway, look here. Once the Daily Caller gives the marching orders, we have other people. I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with Halloween. Happy little bats and pumpkins are fine. I'm never going to give them more power than they need. But grotesque and sometimes blatantly demonic decoration is entirely... So you're going to see like this thread where everyone is using the word demonic now. It's becoming the new word for racist on Twitter. Like, demonic. Oh, this is demonic. And like, everyone is an expert in demonology now. Like, everyone is a Satanist, completely understanding the book of El Demonio. And I thought that I would buy succubies, but no, like, these people are experts. Like, they recognize, they spot the demonic from a mile away. Halloween is demonic. And I'm tired of pretending otherwise. Skipping it this year will make our fun tradition for October 31st. People used to put pumpkins out of their house. What is this disgusting trash? And again, it's literally the social justice activist mindset. Like, this is what I used to see on Tumblr back in the day. Hold on, can I? No, I can't. But anyway, right. So this is what I used to see on Tumblr back in the day. You would have like someone finding a clip of something, and they would explain to other people why they should be upset and how they should feel about it. And then literally they would all start sharing it, and they would all have like their hot takes using the exact same buzzwords, the exact same talking points. It's like literally it's repeating itself, right? And instead of like having mental illnesses in the bio, as the people on Tumblr used to have, and I'm not kidding, like they actually used to have that. It's like ADHD, autistic, right? Like these people, they just have like Christian paraphernalia. They have either the flags, or they have a cross, or they mention that they're Christians. Like my shock though is that Freedom Tunes is involved. Right? Like, this guy really shocked me because he makes really good cartoons. But as you can see, right, like Freedom Tunes, and he has to now mention that he's Catholic. Like, everyone has to mention now their religion. Nothing wrong with it, but it's like the same thing like the left. They used to have, like, pronouns so that you can identify them. Or the Ukrainian flag, even though they weren't part of Ukraine. Or the mental illnesses with, like, autism, ADHD, bipolar disorder, Now you have people that are either saying that they're their religious denomination, like they're Protestant, Catholic, or they just have like crosses in the bio, right? Right? Like Jesus is king. And it's literally all the ones like freaking about the same shit, right? Like they're freaking about a zombie in Halloween. And they're basically suggesting that bad things should happen to people that put on these decorations. Like, we as a society shouldn't, you know? It's just like, so fucking wild. And they're giving Christians a bad name. Because, like, not all Christians are like that. I know many of them aren't, right? But, like, when you go on Twitter and you're seeing these individuals, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, haven't they been oppressed for a decade and a half by the left? Like, didn't we rescue them when the left told them to bake the cake? Weren't we on their side, right? Like, why are they chimping out like this? What the fuck is going on? What did they put in the water there? Freedom Tunes has mentioned his Catholic, like, actually years ago. Did he have it in the bio, though? Like, that's the thing. I'm not against people being Catholic, obviously. And by the way, like, out of all the denominations, I don't think, like, Catholics are pretty fucking based. Like, they're very chill. I guess, like, the only thing that they do is, like, they argue with each other and they pretend that the Vatican doesn't exist. But other than that, like, the last person that I would expect to spurg out at me for, like, being free and following my conscience is a Catholic. Didn't Raging Golden Eagle call these people legacy social justice warriors? He wasn't that far off. Left wing, right wing, same crap. Yeah, so now they're also like with the ban pornography shtick, and I just want to show you how they're like again just intersecting with the leftists. So here's one example. Now, Donald Trump was promoting IVF. Right now, IVF is a medical procedure for people that can't have kids. And Christians have a problem with it. I already talked about it on my main channel. The procedure is for people that don't have good sperm. So like if you have like sperm that's not a good swimmer, right? You go to the doctor, and what they do is like they take an egg from your wife and they make you ejaculate in a cup, and then they find the sperm that's not retarded, and then they inject it artificially, right? And so they do it with, they make like 7 or 9 embryos, right? Like blastocysts, basically. And they used to put like 3 or 4 inside the woman, and because the idea is like they don't always take. And if they all took, like, let's say you have a woman that has like triplets or something, they would have performed an abortion on the weaker ones. But they don't do that anymore. Like, the science has advanced. The problem is like they will give an embryo, and if that takes, it's like, okay, now the woman is pregnant, but there's still 6 left, right? So like it's not like immoral for a Christian. Like, if you're a Christian, you can just go and do all of the other 6, right? So you have like 7 pregnancies, like that's fine. But what happens is that many people just don't, right? So you end up with these blastocysts, which again, like the sperm has gone into the egg, and it's literally 1 week old, right? Like, this is what we're talking about. Like, it's not, if it happens naturally, you wouldn't even know it. Like, you wouldn't even call it an abortion, right? But like Catholics are saying, no, you know, all of these are human lives, and it's no different than aborting a 7-month-old baby. Like, for them, it's the same shit, and so they're against it. Which is interesting because it's so fucking astroturfed. Like, again, all of a sudden, all these people are coming up, same talking points, just like literally the same takes, and they're extremely vindictive, they're extremely aggressive, and as you can see here, let me just get out of the way so you can see it. Responses from IVF. People, when you say IVF isn't pro-life, IVF was our only option. So, like, again, there are couples that don't have a choice, right? Like, if you find a woman that you absolutely love, and she's your soulmate, but unfortunately you can't have kids with her because, like, for medical reasons, the fact that there is a medical procedure which allows you to have kids, you know, is a godsend for many people. But like these individuals are, no, listen, if you can't have kids, you should adopt, right? So it's not your only option to have kids. We are not entities to children. We're not entitled to children. This is what she says, right? So again, like all these people, like, notice crosses in bios and stuff. I guess like this person doesn't have a cross. Okay, right? But like there's people in the comment section that do. No, it wasn't. We are not entitled to children, and there are children who already exist with no families, right? And so, basically now, the right-wing take is, fuck your family tree, fuck your legacy, be a cuck, you know? And you see, like, people here, like this gentleman, Rex, saying that if your line dies out because of weak sperm, your line dies out. Adopt a kid. So now, like, again, I understand the person who said this is Jewish, right? Like, the person that instigated this is Jewish. But, like, in the comment section, I have seen 80% of Christians agreeing with her. And she's not, like, the only one. Like, there's actual Christians, like, pushing this as well. And it's like, okay, well, hold on a little bit. Like, how is this different than what the left is saying? Like, this is the leftist argument, the anti-natalist argument, right? Like, they're legitimately saying that it's actually better not to have kids and adopt. And so now right wingers are saying, yeah, you know what? Like, if you medically can't have kids, just go adopt. And I'm like, no. I do believe that legacy is important. And when you tell them that, they start mocking you. And as you can see, they go like, DNA is really important to you, huh? It's like, yeah, of course, like, DNA is really important to me. Like, if I was in the situation where I couldn't have kids, and let's say my country actually banned IVF, like, I would actually do the normal thing and save money to go to a nation that's not mentally retarded and allows me to have IVF over there. Like, of course, like, I would do anything for my family. Like, there's no ifs or buts. Like, if I want to have children, I'm going to have children. And if there's an ideology that's trying to block me, I will bulldoze the living shit out of it. Like, if Christianity is the problem, then okay, I'll create atheism and I'll fight against Christianity. There's just no, like, oh, well, let me talk to you about morality and shit. No, like, my children are fucking sacred. Thank you for the membership. I almost missed it, Tomas. Thank you for becoming a member to the channel. When hospitals mix babies up and send the wrong one home, the same people freak out. I mean, naturally, you're supposed to freak out, right? I mean, again, I don't know why this is even controversial. People want to have kids. And by the way, like, these individuals going, it's like, oh, well, like, if you want to have kids, tough shit. Most of them, right, perhaps they're capable of having kids, and so they don't care. But, like, let me put it this way. There's no guarantee that your kids are going to have grandchildren, right? And so, like, if you're going to be in a situation where your child finds a significant other and she can't reproduce, or maybe your child is going to be affected and they're not going to be able to have good swimmers, you're going to praise to God. You're going to pray to God and thank Him because the IVF procedure exists. Right? Like, it's so selfish, I guess, in order to see that there's a medical procedure. And, I get the moral complaints, but again, like, there are ways around it. Like, there are ways you can do IVF in a moral way, right? Like just tell the doctor not to have that many embryos. Like, tell him you only want 4 or 5, right? And then use them up. Use every single one of these embryos. Like, make sure you manage to, like if the doctor says they have 4, then use 4. And that's fucking it. It's not rocket science, right? Like, the technology has advanced since it was invented. There's, like, a lot of the studies are old because they don't take into account the advancements. And so, you need to get yourself updated. Just stop believing whatever content creators are saying online for sensationalism and clicks. And get yourself up to date. That's why you should have as many children as physically possible natural. Well, yeah, but, like, here's the thing. Like, this technique is for people that can't have it naturally. Like, there's no person in their sane mind that will go and pay, like, $10,000 or whatever the fuck this costs in order to have the kids in a test tube if they can have them naturally. The last baby mix-up in Ireland was in 2021. I don't even know how it happens because nowadays they take so many precautions. Like, there's at least 4, if not sometimes even 5 safety measures to make sure that babies don't get mixed up. Like, seriously, it's a thing. And just so you know how much people care about this, like, there are women that go to sperm banks in order to impregnate themselves, right? Like, there's this business with the sperm bank, and they actually get to choose, and they have a list, and they go for, like, the highest IQ guy or whatever. And in some of these sperm banks, like, apparently the doctor injected his own sperm instead of the donor, right? And women felt like they were raped, and it's like, I get it, but, like, on a surface level, what's the difference? Because, like, there's no sex act involved, right? They just got a list of names. They never get to see the guy. And it's a list of names, and they picked someone, but, like, someone else switched the sperm up, and they felt like they were raped. And it's like, okay, well, if that's the sensation when that happens, imagine why people get upset when you have a baby switching. Of course they get upset, right? Like, it's human nature to get upset. It's common sense. Brazilian women only want the American juice. Is that a thing? He was an Indian doctor. I don't know. I saw like a documentary on Netflix. It was called The Father, and apparently like the father wasn't really like a normal guy. I think like he was part of some kind of a cult, and the cult was the one that was telling him that he should have like as many kids as possible. And so the interesting thing, like they couldn't charge him with anything. I mean, I think they charged him with fraud, but like that's not really bad compared to what he did. And so, yeah, like it's not really rape because there's no sex act involved, and the women like they wanted to be impregnated, but yeah, it's really fucked up because there was no law to punish him for what he did. I think like it was like a malpractice case, and he lost his license, but like he didn't go to jail. That's the thing. um. No difference between what the doctor did and paternity fraud. Well, I mean, let's put it this way, right? Let's say that you want to go with your wife to one of these clinics so that you can have a baby. Because, again, like maybe you don't have good swimmers or whatever the case, right? So, like, you want to have your baby. You go to the IVF clinic, but the doctor injects his semen rather than yours. Now it's not your kid, right? And if the wife divorces you, then you're going to have to pay child support for someone that's not even your kid. And like that, there's a lot of legal consequences here. And like from the woman's perspective, if you look at it from a financial take, she can see, okay, so now I have a kid that's not my husband's, and if I divorce my husband, I'm not getting that sweet cash. Yeah, it is what it is. Apparently, like, there was another case. This one is even more funny. There was, like, this football player in a small town, and he was, like, donating sperm, and eventually they had to ban him because, like, he had so many kids in that town that there was an actual risk that the kids who didn't know their father, they would hook up with one another. And apparently, like, there was this case where they accidentally did incest because they didn't know that their dad was a sperm donor, and it was, like, the same dad. And there were, like, so many kids in that town that it actually was a high probable chance that if you were to hook up, you'd probably hook up with one of your stepbrothers. It is what it is. Yeah, you can Google it. Like, it's an actual thing. But still, like, the fact that there were so many women that required a sperm donation, right, in order to get to that. Anyway, I want to show you something else. This is something that I found to be utterly bizarre. They're running a crusade against pornography now, as you probably guys know, and by pornography they don't just mean Pornhub. They mean anything that can arouse, right? Like they will use the Moat and Bailey tactic. And so when they say ban porn, they don't actually mean pornography. Unless you press them on it and you ask them, they will say that. But like as you can see with Melanie Mac, like for them, even a girl twerking, that's pornography. Like literally anything that's designed to arouse and stimulate, like according to the dictionary definition, they want to ban all that, right? And so the arguments they're using are now becoming dialed to 11 and absolutely hysterical. So I want to show you an example. We got Lila Rose here, right? And she's doing a podcast, okay? And apparently this made her sick to her stomach, and pornography is evil, right? Evil leads to evil. I mean, this is a very deep philosophical take. Rest in peace, beautiful baby. May God have mercy on the father, right? So apparently Arizona dad left a 2-year-old daughter to die in sweltering car because he was distracted by pornography. Now, when you read this thing and the reaction, it's almost like the dad didn't do anything. It's like the porn is to blame, and I'm like, no. The problem is the father because he left the kid unsupervised in the car. I don't care what he did, you know, like whether he went to play video games or go shopping or whatever. You don't leave a kid unsupervised in the car, right? But the thing is, like, they're all now saying ban porn because of this, and they're showing this, you know, as if like pornography is the killer. And it reminded me of a different story that I heard 10 years ago, and it was about a similar thing where a couple allowed their kid to starve to death because the couple was playing MMOs, right? And so the media was playing video games, and especially like MMO addiction, like there was this moral panic about World of Warcraft and stuff. And they were blaming video games and trying to frame that the video games are the problem. And it's like, no, the video games weren't the problem. The problem was the parents. Like, let's put the blame where it actually is, right? Like, there is no justifiable excuse for two people that are in the same house to allow their baby to starve because they're playing video games. And it's literally the exact same arguments now being used in this situation. It's like, oh, well, the dad was busy watching pornography. Like, who fucking cares what he was doing? He wasn't in the car. That's all that matters. So anyway, let's look at this law. Let me just shut down all of the windows that I have here. Holy shit, I got a lot of windows. So someone added me on Steam and asked me, it's like, what is my Counter-Strike? What is my Counter-Strike E rating? And I'm like, what the I don't fucking know. What? Who plays that? Do I look Russian to you? You know, by the way, like, this is kind of amusing. I mean, I don't know whether we should laugh or not. But when the war in Ukraine started, like, the number of people playing Counter-Strike dipped dramatically. Bipedal species, thank you for the £5. I locked down my block of flats for about 5 minutes because I forgot my wife took my kid with her. It works both ways, though kind of the opposite. I mean, it is what it is, you know, like, if you can make a mistake, you make a mistake, but, like, dude, like, if it's scorching outside, right? Leaving your kid in a car, it's like, what are you doing? Like, I wouldn't leave a pet in a car, right? Most people should know. I don't know. It's just like bizarre. But yeah, so bipedal species also told me that something is happening in Britanistan. Apparently, Jewish people weren't allowed in Birmingham to attend a football match because ethnic tensions were high. And so, it's kind of expected, I suppose. Because, like, again, you know, it's 2025. I don't think anyone is surprised by the fact that people from the Middle East have grievances and Jewish people and Muslim people don't always get along. And so, yeah, if you have, like, an entire neighborhood that's, like, Birmingham and the police is afraid to go there, and I kind of know why the police is afraid to go there. Yeah, the Jewish people are going to get oppressed. Now here's why the police is afraid to go there. The British people have this thing called, like, battered wife syndrome. And it's kind of like when you're in a relationship and you see a relationship and the husband is abusive, right? And so, if he's irrational, if he's always prone to violence, what ends up happening is that the woman starts walking on eggshells. Like, even when the woman knows she's right, even though when she knows that she has a point, she will keep quiet because she doesn't want him to chimp out, right? He's very violent, he's very irrational. And so, like, she will always do her best in order to not displease him, even if it comes at her expense, right? This is literally how the British police is treating the Muslims. Like, the British police, they don't want to be antagonistic. If the Muslims want to pray in the street, they allow them to pray in the street. If they want to pray in Hyde Park Corner, they let them pray in Hyde Park Corner. Like, they don't bother them, right? Now, if you are a right-winger and you go and you antagonize the Muslim community, they will arrest you. If you're a right-winger and the Muslim community antagonizes you, they will arrest you, right? And so, the only time that it seems that the British government is finally starting to care is when Tommy Robinson brought a couple of million people to London in order to protest a blasphemy law, and the government went like, okay, well, shit, okay, fine, we're going to repeal this law. But other than that, yeah, like, they generally don't want the Muslim population to protest. That's what it's about, right? And so, it doesn't surprise me that in this situation, Jewish people weren't allowed to join a soccer event if what bipedal species is telling me on Discord is true. It is the correct relationship dynamic. Yeah, I know. Women love leaving their kids in the car to get their nails done. Look, I will tell you like yeah, my phone battery died, so I took the troll away. I will tell you the problem with having kids, because now that I have one, I can explain it a little bit. Having a kid is very difficult, especially in the first 2 years. It's difficult because you can't talk to him, like he doesn't speak yet, and so he also cries a lot if you leave him alone, and they're prone to suicide. I don't know why this is, but like honestly, like the human species is kind of designed to try and commit suicide when they're very young. And what I mean by this, everything they find, they will put in their mouth. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sharp. It doesn't matter if it can cause choking. If they find something that fits in their mouth, they're going to try to do it, right? And whether it's a coin, whether it's a button, it doesn't fucking matter. Other mammals, they don't do this. Like, if you try it with a cat, if you put something in a cat's mouth, it acts like poison if it doesn't know what it is. They will, like, little kids will do things that make absolutely no sense. Like, they will go in high places and try to throw themselves off. They have absolutely no sense of self-preservation. It just doesn't fucking exist. And so you have to stay with them 24/7. You can't leave them alone. Again, if you're with your kid and you go to the bathroom and you leave him alone for like 2 minutes, it's a calamity event for the kid. It will start crying as if it has been abandoned. Okay? And so it doesn't look good with the neighbors. And you need to be with them all the time. Now, the thing is, people want to have a life, right? Like, it's a little bit unreasonable to ask people to sit in their home for like 2 years and not do anything. And so, like, yeah, okay, like a woman wants to get her nails done, and she would leave the kid in the car because she thinks, oh, well, it's not going to take that long. And probably she forgets the fact that the car heats up, which is fine. Well, I mean, it's not fine. It's like, okay, I kind of understand that they didn't expect it, right? Because, like, when they stopped the car, it had air conditioning and shit. But, like, it has happened so many times by now that everyone should know. Like, the internet exists now, okay? Like, we have common knowledge. People, you know, they put their stories together. They talk to each other, and they know that if you leave stuff in a car during the summer, it dies. And so there's no reason for this to happen anymore. No, I mean, excuses in the sense that if it's 1990, okay? Like, it's before the internet, and you've never figured it out, you know, like, you don't realize, because, like, okay, fine, it's understandable. You stop the car, and you don't know how hot it gets, right? Like, maybe you don't put 2 and 2 together because you're really dumb. Okay, fine. But it's not the 90s anymore. It's 2025. Like, people should know. Like, by now, it's common knowledge. Everyone knows. My kids are like me. Do not live alone. Do not live with matches, screwdrivers, or gas. Yeah, it's, like, it's still shocking to me. I think, like, I saved my son's life 3 or 4 times by now. Simply by being in his presence. But I don't know if I was like that. I think I may have been. And I don't know if other kids are like that. I think they may be too. Still, it's... And he also has, like, an attraction to knives. I don't know why. Well, let's see. How did I save his life? He started opening drawers, and he found the pills that we have in the house. You know, like, you have pills for for emergency. Like, for instance, we have some aspirin, and we have some paracetamol, and we got, like, you know, like that type of thing, Nurofen. If I wasn't there, he would have started to pop them like candy. Found the button. I don't know, like, where. I think, like, it ripped from my wife's shirt or something. Like, we didn't notice. Immediately put it in his mouth. You know, like, shit like this. And it's really annoying. Because, again, like, you gotta be careful 24/7. You never know what's next. Knives are pretty cool. Yeah, they probably are. It may be shocking to you, but it is as shocking as Hassan's dog. Yeah, apparently, like, Hassan released another video where he's basically saying that the video he made doesn't look good. And I was looking at that, and it's like, well, I guess, like, you can say that, but the other videos don't look good either. You know, like, the other videos, in fact, look much more worse. Here's the thing with Hassan, alright? Like, after seeing the color gate, I believe I have finally come to the correct conclusion. I do believe that he may shock his dog, but I also believe that the shock collar that he administers isn't really painful, right? Like, apparently Ethan, H3H3, has bought the exact same model of the collar, and he's basically saying that it's not as painful. Now, let's assume that this is the case, right? The very idea, and I know what he is doing because I'm a content creator, you know? Like, I would be tempted to do what he does as well, except I'm not a psychopath, and I probably wouldn't. But he wants the dog in the shot, okay? Like, he wants to actually use the dog as a prop so he can get more super chats, which, again, I respect the grift. I get it, especially, you know, like, he's very popular with the ladies, and he wants to attract that demographic. I get it. But it's still fucked up, right? Like, how long is he streaming for? Like, he's streaming for, like, 6 hours or shit? Right? So, like, you're making a dog sit there for 6 hours. Fucking inhumane. But it is what it is. And by the way, like, other streamers don't do this. You know, like, you see other streamers with pets, and the pet moves around. Hassan is kind of like that beggar. I don't know, like, how many of you know, like, if you come to Eastern Europe, this is a Eastern European phenomenon. Like, I didn't see it in America. But you have, like, these beggars that are like a woman with a kid in her arm begging. Like, do you guys have that in your country? Like, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I think like they tried cracking down on it. Because I haven't seen it that often, but anyone that knows. Okay. Anyone that's from Eastern Europe has seen this. So I just Google a random image. And I like this one because they pixelated the face, so it's probably safer to show. I don't even know, like, what the current law is regarding showing people on camera. But right, so you see this, right? And it's usually like, not with two kids, like just with one child. And it's very common in Eastern Europe. Like, literally, people just sitting like that, you know, with a cup, and you're supposed to give money, right? And they always have a kid. Now, in this case, I guess, like, she has two, but it's usually one. And what's interesting is that the kid is always asleep, right? Like, did you guys see it? I don't know about this lady, right? I don't know her case, but, like, I'm just using her in order to show to you, like, the tactic that's being used, right? So it's always a lady with a kid, and she looks upset, right? Because, like, the idea is that she's homeless or whatever, and she's got a kid to feed, and so, like, you're supposed to give charity. Like, that's fine. But the kid is always asleep, and anyone that has a kid knows that's not possible, right? Like, kids, they don't act like that. They cry, they move around, like, they don't, I mean, they like to be held, but, like, not for hours. And you see, like, the same person just being in the same position for hours on end. And apparently, like, someone actually did do a documentary, and they found out that most of the time the kids are drugged. Like, they literally give them sleeping pills. They fuck up their liver, right? They're usually taken or stolen from an orphanage, and they drug the kids so that they stay there for the duration of the begging session. And apparently when the kid is defective and then they look sickly or whatever, they discard it and get another one. No, it's not a fake baby. Like, that's the thing. It's a real baby, right? Like, some of them, I guess, may use fake babies, which is probably, like, the best case scenario, given, like, what the alternative is. Yeah, they drug the kids. No, seriously, ask ChatGPT if you don't believe me, right? Like, of course it's dark. The whole begging mafia is dark. Like, that's another thing. Like, when you actually examine the begging mafia, like, you find horrors that you can't believe. Like, most of these people are just, like, homeless people that, like, get themselves set up and start begging. Um, like let me put it this way: if you end up being homeless and you just start begging like that, you're going to get your ass whooped. You're not allowed. Apparently, like there's gangsters, like there's people that are part of the mafia, and they actually control all the begging spots in a city, right? And so if you go and you start begging, either the cops show up and they arrest you. Like it's illegal to beg. Like they will take you to a homeless shelter, basically. Or you get beaten up by the mafia, right? So like what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to register, and in some cases they may not even allow you. And then you have to give a cut of your earnings. Like it's a percentage. But like most of the time you're not allowed to because it's family oriented, right? Like they have entire families with like 10 or 15 kids and they put them all to beg. And there's usually like the kid that's the big brother and is taking away all the money that a little kid made. It's all very organized, right? And so yeah, it's an entire business. I don't know if it's the same in America, like it may be different, right? But like here in Eastern Europe, this is how it works. Yeah, they have begging pimps. That's the best way to put it. And it's not that they just have begging pimps. They also have, the same guys that are the pimps for the beggars. They're also the pimps for the prostitutes. Why don't these people go to prison for 25 years? Because they pay the bribes. Or they're well connected. Or it's the same battered wife syndrome, right? Because they're from minority communities, and if the cops actually go there and start cracking down on them, they cry oppression, and they have NGO groups that defend them. Oh, it's the same there in Mexico, right? I'm pretty sure it's like if they try to fuck with them, then the cartels step in, right? Like, all of this is organized. It's not, just some random people. Like, they've been doing this for years. And the only way they can do it for years is if they have connections. If this is in the United States and exited and was allowed to, I have no respect for a society that allows this. I don't think you'd have many respects for most societies on Earth if that's the case. Most societies do have corruption. Most societies do have crime. And even if you have like a situation where you don't have this, you can have like other things. Like for instance, drug dealing. Right? A lot of drug dealers use kids, specifically because number one, they look harmless, and number two, they can get away with it. Like a lot of societies, they don't trial kids as adults, right? And so like if the kid commits the crime, the sentence is lower. Begging was hardcore illegal in the United States until about 2016. I don't think so. I think like every single society has beggars. The thing is though, I don't know how beggars are going to adjust to the cashless society bullshit. I haven't seen beggars in Romania with a POS, but like I guess we're going to see it soon, right? Where beggars are begging with the credit card POS, and you can just like type in how much you want to give to them. Which, by the way, like it's going to be really difficult because like most homeless people, like legit homeless people, they smell really bad. It's not their fault. It's just like they're homeless, so it is what it is. But like if you have to actually stay there and like type in the POS, like how much money you're going to donate, well, the stench is there. They're going to have a lot of problems. How do you charge the kid? You think the kid is in a position to refuse? It depends. Usually it's like kids that grow up on the street, and they are in a position to refuse, but it's actually considered an honor to be part of a gang if you're in a type of neighborhood like that. Will a cashless society destroy homelessness based? I wouldn't say it's based. Like, take into account being homeless can happen to anyone. I know it's difficult to believe, right? But like most homeless people didn't expect to be homeless. Like, let me put it this way, right? Like if your house catches fire, or you get fired from your job and you can't find another one, you can end up homeless. Now, another thing is like, why do homeless people do drugs? It's the same reason why people in prison do drugs. It's because they want to pass the time faster, right? They want to cope, basically. And so they will do drugs or they will do alcohol. And then they get addicted and then they can never bounce back. I've lived in many states, have always been beggars across the nation. Yeah, I think like every society has beggars, right? Well, I mean, there's various reasons why people go homeless, right? Like some actually, yes, like some are violent junkies. It's true. Other people become violent junkies after being homeless. It's not always the fact that they're first violent junkies and then they become beggars. Did you buy a new monitor? Yes, I did. Thank you, bipedal species. Also, I guess I'll end it here because I do need to upload a couple more videos and then go to bed. Patricia O'Neill. Oh my goodness, I have a lady in the chat. I've never seen you before. Goodness gracious. They like cigarettes too. Well, of course, people in prison. Homeless people don't really like cigarettes. I've noticed. Right. Anyway, chat, thank you for watching. Thank you for the super chats and thank you for the donations. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.